Welcome to the Lantern of Kent, the Church of St Mary the Virgin in the parish of Stone. And what an amazing place it is. Come and take a look. Built in the middle of the 13th century, 750 years later, this church is still being used for its original purpose. And each generation has left its mark on this building. Take a look at the work of stonemasons of the 13th century who worked on Westminster Abbey and, it would seem in their spare time, came down to Kent to put up this church. Or the carpenters from the mid-17th century who rebuilt this grand roof. And let's not forget the work of the glaziers from the middle of the 19th century and onwards, who gave us these wonderful windows with their bright and glowing colours that really give the church the feeling of being a lantern. And our own generation hasn't been neglectful either. 10 years ago, the ring of bells in the tower above was restored and renewed. But despite its many beauties, this church is in need. It needs those things that will help it to bring it into the modern age. We have many visitors who come here, making long journeys quite often, and yet when they arrive, we have no toilet that we can offer them. Here, by the font, the only way of filling it is with buckets of water from the nearest tap, and that's not in the building. Or take a look over here. This rudimentary counter with its teapots and urn, that serves us for a kitchen. And deep in the winter, is anyone cold? Well, what can we offer them? Would you like a blanket? For all these reasons, the Church Council here has been working hard in recent years to try to raise the money to provide these facilities in a new building outside in the churchyard. A kitchen, a separate meeting space, a place for a heat source for the church, and of course those all-important toilets. And the new building is to be called the Lantern Community Centre. Its purpose is to help open up this wonderful old church to wider community use here in Stone. It's an expensive option, but let me show you once again why we have to build out there rather than convert some part of the interior of this church. Just imagine us trying to partition off one of these side aisles for a kitchen or a toilet, or to put in a mezzanine so that we might have an upper room, a separate meeting space for a Sunday school or a social group. Unthinkable. You would be ruining one of the finest church interiors in England in order to try and save it. We're trying to raise £400,000 in order to construct the Lantern Community Centre. I wonder, will you help us with a donation? Take a look at our website, www.stmarystone.org, and you'll find full details of our appeal and how you can help. In order to save what's in here, we're going to be building out here. Please help us open the door onto the new future of St Mary.